it says, and Cain said unto the Lord Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear.
He was a pussy even then, man. It's like when he wept for the blessing, because he's a bitch nigga. Man, what can't you do more than like, you faggot? Like, you went out, you murdered someone. Then you're like, oh no, it's too much. Oh, what are you, piece of shit? What, Edomite? Are you going to be dealing with Edomite?
And it says, and behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
That's it, because that spirit's being turned back. We'll go and read it.
And it says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, therefore, whosoever shall slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold.
That's it, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance will be taken on him. So he had that, basically that covering. That was so Esau could, you know, Edom's going to survive and do what he needs. Because the thing is, first of all, he just looks fucking off. Motherfucker's red and shit.
She said shalom.
What was it?
She said shalom.
Alright. Say that, you know, when you push the block.
Yeah. And the Lord Yahweh set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him.
Yeah, that's it. He set the mark on it. The thing is that's begun to be reversed. Because the thing is like now it's like everyone's looking at Esau, they don't like him. You look at these Americans, like they're going to holiday places and disappearing, man. They go to some remote village in the third world, and then they're just, you know, they're just getting annihilated, man. Say British national holiday goers was blah blah blah. Americans, well, sometimes it's downright dastardly Edomite taking their friend out. Like, what the hell was that thing? Was it Meredith Culture? I can't remember. That one a couple of years back. Where two friends schemed on the bitch and murdered her in cold blood and got away with it too. She had a very expensive lawyer.
Question.
Yeah.
The difference between the Negroes, the Haitians, Dominicans, and the these three basically.
They're different tribes.
Different tribes.
They're different people, different customs, different origins. They got some variety of differences between them. Even if you look at the music, you can have so-called West Indians. Give me just a sec, honey. Yeah, I'm answering it.
She couldn't even wait. She's a dyke as well.
You know what? I wanted her to come out and tell us a black ass the fuck out. But I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, first we tried to interrupt. Then I'm like, okay, give me a sec. What the shit?
Couldn't even deal with that.
Isn't it? It's the black woman for you, bro.
But yeah, between the different tribes, man, they've got different spirits, different vibrations. It's like, when you take, for example, the so-called Negroes in America, and the way, like, the kind, even just as far as the music, dance moves, they just, it's different. The way they move, the way they roll is a bit different, man. The guys on the West Indies, like the tribe of Benjamin, they've got that raven as a wolf spirit, man. They're a bit more wild, they're a bit more energetic. And then you get like the so-called Negroes in America, they're a bit more chill and calm until they kind of get roused up. Most of the time they're just trying to chill and floss. Why'd you ask?
No, because I thought, like, at the end of the day, I thought they were all the same people, you know, under blacks, you know what I mean? So I was asking now, what's the difference between them?
Well, being black, that's not even a nation.
No, so-called black, I heard that. It's not a nation, but when you hear history, you come from one place, you know what I mean? It'll be Africa.
Well, not everyone comes from Africa.
Like, for example, the West Indies, you know? The Caribbean, I call it. They were taken from Africa to the Caribbean islands, so that's why I saw it from African Caribbean islands.
But then you need to know where they go back to before then, because that history, you go back, then that was what, like 1600s, 1500s, when they're on Africa. Like, you go to even recorded history, it's like goes back 5,000-6,000 years. So it's like there's even you need to know where they were, who they were before them.
This is Galatians chapter 4, verse 26.
What's also important, well, chief importance is what the Bible says, really.
That's right. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
So Jerusalem is the mother of basically everyone, man. Originally, life started in Israel, man, in Jerusalem. That's where everyone goes back to. The so-called everyone life started in Africa. It's a so-called white man that pushes that. Because he basically says, oh, they found the oldest body in Africa.
Yeah.
Bro, even the method they use to so-called date that body is completely off. It's all bullshit.
No, I believe that.
It's all bullshit. So it's just like, that's basically just, they just push that just to disagree with the Bible more than anything else. Do you believe in the Bible?
Yeah, I believe in the Bible.
So you know about the 12 tribes?
12 tribes of Israel, yeah. I was researching it before. For me, the Bible says ours, right? It's ours as a people. It's ours as a people. So when the so-called white man got into it, and he changed it, see this King James version, for example. What would you say about the Bible, his version? Sorry? The King James.
Well, did you know King James was a black man?
A black man? No, I was told it was white. No, I didn't know that.
Well, if you go into the history, sure, well, King James, he goes, well, what you need to know is that during the Dark Ages, so-called black men ruled over Europe. So it's like the lines of the different countries, the royal lines of all kinds of countries, they lasted different times. One of the longest ones was in England. Because if you know, well, I don't know if you know about the history, but basically after Charles, his son, after King James the First and the Sixth, basically the one who authored the Bible, authorized, I should say, man, he put together the King James version. His son Charles I came in after, and then during the time of his rule, he basically got overtaken by the guy called Oliver Cromwell. And this guy was basically a tool of like the banking elites, the so-called Jewish banking elites. And he basically allowed them to get more of a foothold in England, and to basically sink their family. Basically, he helped to indebt the what do you call it? Get into the banking system of England. More strength. And they basically he took over. He took out Charles I, but then he had a son, Charles II, and it's like there was basically a bounty put out for him after Charles I got, because he escaped. He didn't even want to escape. He wanted to just chill because he's like, well, I'm a kid. So you know, even if, and the thing is they, because it was Israelites, James called it, they believed in the divine right of kings. Basically, God had given them the right to rule. So and the thing is, if you can look online, like Charles I, like the words before he died, like basically Oliver Cromwell took him to court and was like saying, look man, you disgraced the people. He's like, look man, I don't even recognize this court because I, as a king appointed by God, there's no way you can even come against me because God's basically put me in this position. So he wasn't even dealing with anything they were dealing with, and then Charles II was on the same way. But basically, you know, he had to flee, so they put a bounty out. Now what you're going to find out is on the bounty, what did they describe him as? As a tall black man. So that's he was described, you know, as a tall black. What does that mean? You know, people will say blah blah, but you see pictures of him. It's like he's got that, you know, woody texture to the hair. He's dark skin, man. You can tell, and even like we don't have him with him. I could look him up, but it's too much. It's like those so-called black men. Now the thing is like all that's saying basically, you know, King James the white man, blah blah blah. You know, the white man got into the Bible. Okay, well then we can show you a few things.
Jeremiah 14.
Yeah, Jeremiah 14. Because it's like, if you know, the so-called white man is gonna grow, you know, he's gonna be able to do whatever he wants with the Bible. Why would he leave in certain things?
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
So Judah, you know, is the head tribe, so-called Negroes. Well, how's it described them?
They are black unto the ground.
I said they're black onto the ground. thing is, that's not talking about concrete or beach sand. Obviously, mud, healthy, like any soil which plants life grows in. It's going to be, ground, dark ground. The darker, the healthier. And that's, that's in the Bible, recorded in the Bible. You can go to your Song of Solomon. Because Solomon as well, the son of King David. David was the one beloved, a man after the Most High's heart. And what, how was his son described?
This is the Songs of Solomon, which is Solomon's, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black, but comely.
Yeah, he said, I'm black, but comely. In the Hebrew, it's and. So he said, I'm black and comely. So black and beautiful, man. Black and good looking.
O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me because I am black, but because the sun have looked upon me.
So you get a so-called white man, you put him in the sun.
Yeah, you can't.
He don't turn. He turns red, man. He starts getting red. His skin starts peeling up. So-called black men, you get in the sun, you get darker.
That's it.
That's it. Everyone knows. So the thing is like, why would, if the so-called white man get the Bible, his hands on the Bible, why would he leave that? And it's even more damage. You can go to, what was it, Exodus
2:17.
Yeah.
Well, Moses, isn't it?
Yeah. Because there's myriad ways where it's like, it shows plainly color in the Bible.
You want Moses putting his hand in his bosom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that one.
Exodus chapter 4. I can start from verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, put forth thine hand, and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand. They that may believe that the Lord Yahweh, power of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, have appeared unto thee. And the Lord Yahweh said furthermore unto him, put now thy hand into thy bosom.
So put your hand in, like, behind your garment.
And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow.
So if his hand was originally, this is Moses, so if his hand was originally white, then what would be the miracle? Like, he was doing other miracles, which is basically the law of shining, to show before the people, to let them know, hey, it's the spirit, it's the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua that sent you there. But if he just put a white hand in and took it out, there's nothing special. Obviously he's a man of color, man. He had pigmentation in his skin. And so he put it in, he took it out, and that's what the miracle was done.
Verse 7, and he said, put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh.
It was turned as his other flesh, so the rest. So that means the rest of his flesh went white.
That's it.
This was a man of color, he had pigmentation. Grab Numbers, what is it, 12 and 10. Because the thing is like colors all throughout the Bible, and it's stressed in the Old and New Testament. So this is why it's like, if the so-called white man had the power to check, like, to basically alter the book how he wanted, why would the thing is you've got examples of that changing in the newer versions, like the New International Version, American Standard Version. In those versions, there have been changes. Because even like the description of Yahweh Shai, that's they tinker with that. It's all burnished, rather they change the kind of words. In the King James, verse 10.
Yep. Numbers chapter 12, verse 10. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow.
Yeah, leprous, white as snow. If you go into like Leviticus chapter 13, basically breaks down leprosy. And there's like leprosy of the flesh, which is like there's different conditions. There's a one where it's kind of patchy, where you have like that black woman, that model, I don't know what her name is, where she's kind of got, where she's got kind of patchy on certain bits, where it's like white, and then other places it's dark. You got that kind of leprosy. Then you got like the whole leprosy, which is basically when you're just all over white, which is what the so-called white man has.
know, that patchy one, vitiligo, isn't
Yeah,
it?
vitiligo. But then what Esau has is the way it's like all over his body. That's also a different form of leprosy, man. That's it's unclean and it's not leprosy. The unclean, the patchy one is contagious, and the clean one where it's all over is not contagious. That's why it's called that way. But hey, it's a curse, and it's like you get leprosy of the scalp. That basically results in blonde hair. And leprosy in the eyes is what lack of pigmentation is what in the eyes is blue eyes. So this is why the so-called white man promotes that image. You look at it's like the ultimate exalted image, blonde hair, blue eyes, like the pinnacle of beauty. Because that's basically, he knows that's basically defects. The thing is with blue eyes, if you get sun, you look directly at the sun, you get messed up. Same for like the hair, like blonde hair is real thin, real weak. It's like you see people that dye their hair blonde, really they're just kind of blasting, like they're just destroying a lot of like the foundation. There's one girl at work, she like dyed her hair blonde, the shit just got absolutely destroyed. And I was like, why would you do that? But you know, women is crazy.
Yeah, if I can add something, because really it's you know, leprosy is inferior. You know, it really is a lack of melanin.
It's a recessive trait.
You know, and you know, you got you know, even our women, that's why they try and dye their hair blonde, you know, bleach themselves. Really, they don't even know it's a curse.
And they think the thing is, just because the so-called white man pushes it as the top standard of beauty. Because hey, being dark skinned, now they make it like it's ugly. That's why you got women, even men and women bleaching themselves, dyeing their hair, because they're trying to adhere to the beauty standard the so-called white man set. And that's basically an oppressed mind state. That's when you're in a slave mindset. The thing is, that's basically a knock-on of slavery. After from slavery, what is that? Is like Jake ain't recovered. They're still in that broken state. They're still beholden to the white man.
Yeah.
We can get our own.
And it's funny as well, because while they're trying to get lighter, they're trying to get darker. That's why they go on them sunbeds. You know, so they're trying to get rid of that leprosy. Whereas we're just like, yo, we got that.
The crazy thing is as well, is like them using sunbeds, that results in them getting like cancer cells and they get cancer. I remember ages ago I watched a TV show saying, they said basically looked at the skin of people who like lived in sunbeds. They were all messed up. I was like, that's great. And imagine, bro, the sun is just there, you know. Like, you cannot hide, bro. You go for a walk anywhere, the sun's just there. Like, how are you going to be built that you can't survive in the sun? That's how you know it's an inferior trait. And that's why it's like Esau has to do, that's why he has to do the promotion of making it. Because the thing is, if it was just presented like, any way you look is fine, people would start thinking, like, hold on, I'm out in the sun, I'm fine. Bro, even the so-called Chinese, they call them yellow. They've just got brown skin. The thing is, you see a lot of them that back in their country in the fields, they'll be dark as hell. Same with the so-called East Indians. Them guys can get dark as hell. Like you see some of them darker than me. So it's like everyone has melanin. It's just the so-called white man's the only one that doesn't. So it's like because everyone else is built just to be out in the sun. So, you know.
And it says, and Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous.
Yeah, leprous. So white. She basically turned white. Because what happened was basically Moses had married an Ethiopian woman. Basically Aaron and Miriam were cursing her out saying he shouldn't have married her. But then basically because Miriam's a woman, she's not meant to be bucking up. Basically the Lord cursed her by turning her leprous. Turned her into a white woman.
As a form of punishment.
It's a punishment. When they knew that being leprous weren't nothing to be glory in. If it happened today, you know, a black woman the way her voice box would start changing, she'll change her whole wardrobe. She'll be like, her whole family will be like, don't ever call me. She'll get that white boyfriend, you know, she'll be living good. But she knew, basically back then they knew it was like, that was a curse.
Verse 11, and Aaron said unto Moses, alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not this sin upon us.
Yeah, it's a sin.
Sin.
So even be looking that way, that's a sin.
Come on. Fuck it, hell.
So I'm like, that means, because the thing is like, even like before, in the law it breaks down, basically if you get like different forms of leprosy, you need to go to a priest and basically get him to do a ceremony to cleanse you, man.
Fucking hell.
And then over a certain period of time you get cleansed, you get your melanin back. So it's like, so it's actually a curse. You know, it's not to be gloried in. But obviously, the so-called white man, he deals with everything unrighteously. And that's the only way he's gonna have people look at him is by basically making that white skin look like the pinnacle of you know, the most ultimate thing on the planet Earth, which it just isn't.
And it says, and Aaron said and it says, wherein we have, lay not this sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned, and let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed.
Yeah, that's it. Let it not be as one dead. Because the thing is, we go back to the original Edomite, Esau. His name in the Hebrew is what? Ashashwan, man, which wasted away his heat. Because basically he came out, the way he was looking at first, you see, I don't know if you ever seen these like them young Edomite babies that come out all messed up, they ain't even got no hair, the fucking, you know, heads all big and lumpy, they're coming out looking suspect as hell. Then it's like, yo, wait, so you probably think he ain't even gonna survive the night. So that's why, hey, wasted away his heat. And that's why I said what, looking as one half dead.
Yeah.
Because really, that's it. It's like the thing is, especially if everyone was met like people of color, then it's just like, then you just got one, like, she just there looking like a so-called white woman. You can be like, what the fuck's wrong with her? That's a demonic curse, man.
It says, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb.
Yeah, half flesh, half consumed, man. So, you know, that basically being an Edomite that's a curse. You know, this so-called white man, what he's done is basically just turning everything upside down. Yeah.